Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
And thank you for your coming to Thailand.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
We have maybe 10 questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, we will talk about your album. How did you compose the song in your album, the name 2, right? You and Luke Holland, what is your process? Do you have something jam together? Is like the old school style or?
No, it's like complete opposite of that, actually. Usually what will happen is, for the majority of the songs, I'll write most of it, and then Luke will come in at the end and put his touch on the drums, essentially. But then there are a few songs like Fragments, for example, and Ishimura, where Luke gave me drum beats. Like he had and Byroni, so the Fourth Order, that song too. All three of those started, or sections of the song started from a drum beat that Luke came up with, and then I wrote guitar parts to that, and then the song developed from there. But I would say for maybe like 80 to 90% of it, it's usually I write like pretty much all of it, and then he'll come in and do his own thing to the program drums that I came up with.
How come the idea that you composed the lift of tendonitis?
Tendonitis?
Yeah, tendonitis.
Yeah, so
really amazing.
Yeah, thank you, man. So that one started. The main riff in that song was, I came up with it from a synth arpeggiator. Yeah, so I was just messing around with some programming and stuff like that, and I just wanted to know what this synth sound, this synth arpeggiator that I came up with would sound like if I played it on guitar. Wow. So I recorded it half speed in pre-production, and then I just 200%ed it, listened to it back, and was like, wow. It's like, now I just have to learn how to play it at that speed. Thanks. I shoot myself in the foot a lot with that kind of stuff. But
how much time that you practice for the lift until it complete?
I don't know. Yeah, I forget.
You practice.
It took a while to get that riff down. Yeah, it took a minute to get that riff down, but once I got it down, it's just muscle memory now. So I don't have. That's how, if you're playing stuff like that, it has to be muscle memory. Like you can't be like thinking about it. It just has your hand. You just have to know what to do. Okay. Which is tons of practice over and over and over again.
And how about your improvisation or your?
I hate improv.
Yeah.
I really don't like improvisation.
Wow.
Yeah.
You compose it.
Okay. Yep. Well, I mean, obviously it starts, you're messing around. That's how it starts, but I'll record like chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk by chunk to develop the idea. Okay. And then I'll, learn how to play it, consecutively after the fact. But I'll try different things out, like for certain sections of the solo, like depending on what I like from that. But I'll usually never just hit record and then, actually I've never just hit record and then just play a solo front to back. I don't like improvisation personally. It's in my opinion, one of my weaker spots when it comes to guitar playing.
How come the idea that you composed the lift of Sparrow?
That one, I just wanted to make something that was like the heaviest thing I've ever written. That's pretty much it.
I love this song very much.
Thanks, man.
And this song, you invited Tina Kuo.
Yes, so I used her sample library from Cinesamples. That's actually, she didn't actually play on it. I used her Cinesamples library, and then Luke and I did a song with her for an esports company called G2. They had us do a song and re-record what they had written and be in the music video and stuff. So we got in touch with her from there, and then I just had the idea. I was like, oh, do you want to be in this music video? I used your cello library, and she said yes. So
love it. Okay, for the next, Ishimura is come from the video game.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Why you choose the major chord progression in the hook part?
Well, the main riff of that song is in a pentatonic scale called Joshi Miner, which is an Asian scale, and the name Ishimura just sounds Asian. Okay. So I just wanted some way to tie in those themes together, essentially. And I use kodos and taikos and stuff like that in the programming. And an erhu. Actually, Tina's erhu. In her Cinesamples library, there's an erhu in there. So I used a lot of Asian sounds in that scale. So I just wanted a name that kind of had that same association. And I'm a video game nerd, so. Yeah,
for this song, I'm so amazing about this because normally you always use the minor progression to compose this song.
But you can't do the same thing every time. You got to change it up.
It's really beautiful sounds. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted that one to be pretty lyrical, to get stuck in your head. Essentially.
Okay. For the next, I'm not sure how to spell P.
Oh, Pumbaa.
Pumbaa. Yeah. What does it mean?
It's a combination of Pumbaa from Lion King and Pikachu from Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to. I was listening to the Lion King soundtrack, the new one from Hans Zimmer, like a ton. So I just wanted to figure out a way to make that metal.
Okay, it's really clear because you make everything like African music.
Yeah, that one's all like the thumb harps, the Kalimba is what that instrument's called. Yeah.
And how come the idea for the jazz theme part? So
I just wanted it to be random. Yeah, I just wanted to figure out a way to see if I could make it work. Yeah, there's no reason. I was just like, I just wanted it to be, all over the place and see if I could make it flow. So it's kind of like part 2 to Hose Down, essentially, was my thought process.
Okay, for the next in this album, Upside Down. For the first time that you composed this song, you think of Tim Henson's? Yeah,
well, I asked him if he wanted to be on a song, and he said yes. So it just, that one's not really, it doesn't have like a single breakdown in it or anything like that. That one's pretty out there when it comes to like genre-wise, I feel like. So when I sent him the song, it stopped at the classical part, and then there was like 10 seconds of silence, and then the pick back up again. So I was just like, just take that, just cut it there, and then just make a part.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he came up with that whole section. And then once he sent it to me, I went back in and put more of like my own style of like programming, so there's more cinematic, like kind of orchestral stuff in the background.
So amazing about this song Upside Down. So because it seems like the smell of the polyphia style in because and why you decide to compose the Latin style in these songs?
Just wanted to do something different. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of another reason. I just wanted to try it out, see if I can make it work. And it made more sense to have Tim on that song than any of the other ones.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
For the next, you also compose the more than 5-minute songs. Do you have the way that to make the song don't have the boring feel for listener?
I usually just I just write it until I feel like it's done. I don't really worry about like the time length, honestly. I just usually when I'm making a song, it just ends up being that long for some reason. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to like time length of it ever. But the song Polyrhythmic Pug, for example, that one's less than 3 minutes. That one's only like 250 something, I think. And that's all that song needed. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to it. I write the song, and then when it's done, it's done.
You also compose the complex songs, right? How do you prepare yourself to play in the concerts? And do you make meditation before show?
I'll run through some of the harder parts of the set. I'll play everything like at a slower tempo and things like that, so I don't wear myself out. You don't want to warm up too much, or else you're already fatigued by the time that you got to start. And no, I don't meditate. I just stretch some and just play.
It seems like John Petrucci when he used to say.
I'll do stuff like that, like massage my forearms and just like stretch a little bit. This seems to help a lot. It gets like more blood flow and stuff like that into your hands. Yeah.
Have you ever injured a guitar practice?
Yes, I've had tendonitis twice in both arms. You just got to be careful. Yeah, just listen to your body. If it feels like it's getting tight, it probably is. So you should take a break.
So because you practice so much.
Well, and video games and working out and computer stuff, like combination of all of that is very taxing.
You mentioned about the concerts. Before you show, do you have the way to warm up before show?
Yeah, I just play the songs. I'll just play the songs and slower. Yep, that's it.
Okay. As we know, John Petrucci, he was your hero.
Still is. Yeah. He's just my friend now, which is weird. Weird to think about. Yeah.
Okay. How did you join with Guitar Universe and also touring with Dream Theater?
That one's a very simple answer. He just asked. That was it. Yeah, I got to know him, and he likes my music, and he's my friend now. And he asked me to come, and I said yes. And then same with the Dream Theater tour. He just asked us to come.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it.
How do you feel?
It's weird. It's like one of those you have to like pinch yourself.
Okay. For the next one. As we know, you learn guitar with Matthew Mill. He is a really excellent guitar player. How did you meet him, and why you decide to learn guitar with him?
So my dad was at a guitar shop in our area and just heard this crazy guitar playing coming from the back. And then we found out that he gave lessons, and that was pretty much it. So I just started taking lessons from him because my dad was just in there and heard this crazy Yngwie style like shredding. How long you learn guitar with him? Like 2.5 years. Wow. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. And then I moved on to classical, and then after that, jazz. Okay, for the next, we move to talk about your gear. What's your gear? Well, my signature Music Man guitars, and for recently I've started using. So I still use the Axe Effects as like an input interface essentially and so that I can have a tuner downstage. But I've been using my Mixwave plugin. For all the guitar sounds you're going to hear tonight is going to be my Mixwave plugin.
And how about your pick?
My signature Dunlop picks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a combination of a Jazz 3 and a Sharp.
Which guitar string you use?
Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball.
Yeah. I don't really have a preference. Paradigm or just regular Slinkies is what I've kind of been using now.
What kind of drop tuning guitar that you love very much?
Majority of the songs are drop G on a 7-string, which is from low to high is G, D, G, C, F, A, D. There's a couple other random tunings. There's a couple 8-string songs, but those are just standard with the low string drop to an E. Sparrow is an F sharp, so a half step down from the G sharp, or from the G drop G tuning, sorry, and then hose down is in a drop A. So just standard with the low string down.
For the next, which album that you listen to at the moment?
So I haven't liked anything new that's metal in years. And the album that I've been listening to the most, that's like actually started making me like metal a lot again is the new Lorna Shore album, Pain Remains.
For the last one, in your opinion, what is the most important thing that guitar player or guitarist should pay attention, but they are not?
Okay, so using a metronome is very important, but one of the other things that I just remembered is that I've tried to start doing a lot more myself is just learning any songs that you think are sick. It doesn't matter how difficult they are, just because even if you can't play it, you can still see what's going on, like within the song, and then you have something to aspire to and work up to. So just if you think it's cool, learn it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I did in high school. I just learned Dream Theater songs and Children of Bodom songs like front to back, and it definitely worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any word for Thai fans?
You guys are awesome. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, and Thailand's awesome. I've had a lot of fun so far. It's hot. Yeah, very hot.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
that. Thank you, man.
Yeah. โอเคนะครับนี่คือบทสัมภาษณ์ของคุณเจสัน ริชาร์ดสันนะครับถ้าอย่างไรกีตาร์ไทยขอบพระคุณอินดี้ป๊อปนะครับแล้วก็ล็อกผับนะครับสำหรับสถานที่ดีๆนะครับแล้วก็รอติดตามผลงานต่อไปของคุณเจสัน ริชาร์ดสันนะครับเทปนี้กีตาร์ไทยขอลาไปแล้วครับสวัสดีครับ